Y'all, I don't know who this is for, but it is heavy in my spirit to like create some urgency. Like, I literally had to stop writing my paper for this. But I just want to say, if you are battling with stress, stop it. Stress is the catalyst, the culprit, the reason for so many different diseases, from high blood pressure to diabetes, high cholesterol, substance abuse, mental health issues. It exasperates depression and anxiety. It can cause neurological problems. It causes um, your body to just shut down. Headaches, migraines, neck pain, fibroids, um, endometriosis, PCOS, cortisol buildup, weight gain, weight loss, like everything. There are people who've had heart attacks and strokes and brain aneurysms because of stress. I literally seen on TikTok a lady who was so stressed out, something neurologically happened to her. And she came on there and she talked about her experience with stress and how she now has permanent brain damage because of stress. I literally seen another woman on TikTok being recorded having a seizure because of stress from a narcissistic husband. Seizures. She said she had never had seizures before a day in her life. But because she was in a stressful relationship, that's what happened to her body. A lot of these reproductive issues I am learning, especially somebody with fibroids. You know, I'm going through my healing process now. A lot of that is linked to stress and past trauma, childhood trauma. You got cysts, you got PCOS, you have benign tumors, fibroids because of stress and past trauma. Not to mention all of this poisonous food that America is producing, because that's where I live. I live in America. So, like, our food, the quality of food is nothing now. And it is making us sick, especially women. 80% of women have fibroids. Now, I'm pretty sure the numbers of women who have reproductive issues are around that same percentage. So only a small amount of women do not have reproductive issues. Now, yes, I understand that, you know, genetics plays a role, but if that's the case, like, what were our mothers and our grandmothers going through? Because I don't know about y'all, but my mother had fibroids. I have aunts who had fibroids. I had, I'm not sure if my grandparents had fibroids, but it's a possibility. You know, maybe my great grandparents had fibroids. So it's just like, I understand that it's genetic, but what is the cause? Could it be stress? Y'all, I'm just saying, like, let's be mindful of stress. Stress affects you emotionally. You know what I'm saying? Having crying spells, like long periods of sadness, severe anxiety, depression, stress, intrusive thoughts that just seem to, you know, keep going and won't stop. Stress. It can cause you to be angry, especially men. You know, Women, we tend to be very sad. I bet some of y'all didn't know. Like, for men, stress comes out through anger outbursts. Because it's not like society has done well with teaching men how to, you know what I'm saying, express themselves. So even that causes stress. So it is very vital in this time that we learn how to manage it, minimize it, or get rid of it. Ideally, we want to minimize and get rid of stress, because I am telling y'all now, it's not worth it. As somebody who grew up in a very chaotic home, and I was just having this discussion with one of my friends. You feel that? When is the last time you took a deep breath? When you just sat down and took a breath? But for my people who have had trauma and constantly had to worry about finances and constantly have to worry about other people, and you know, your mind is just going a mile a minute because you have so much to do. When do you just have a time to take a breath and just breathe? Have you like just sat back and thought about that? Like, and even just with me taking that little breath, alleviated stress. Taking time out your day, even if it's 5 minutes, to put on some meditation music and to just take a breath. Do some deep breathing exercises can literally relieve so much stress off of you. And I'm just getting emotional because, you know, I'm in the field. I'm a mental health provider, and I see what stress does to people, especially people of color, especially minorities, our people. And it is literally killing us from the inside out. And I created this page to help especially women, but women of color, like all women, but especially women of color, to learn how to deal with stress, to have a relaxed nervous system. Do you know our nervous system has just been, you know what I'm saying, in fight, flight, and freeze mode for like years and years at a time, for generations at a time? Y'all, it is up to us to set a whole new tone. And I'm coming on here speaking about this because I really want to see myself break generational curses, but I want to see other people of color and minorities and black people, just everybody, also break it. We've been through a lot. And it is up to us to set that tone for ourselves when it comes to dealing with stress. We cannot pass down a stressful lifestyle to our next generation, especially my people who have kids or who want to have children. We cannot pass those behaviors down. We have to correct some behaviors that we have learned, and we got to do something different. So minimizing or getting rid of stress altogether is something that we have to learn how to do. And it's going to be different for everybody. You know, do I suggest smoking and drinking and having sex and trying to just, you know, these maladaptive coping behaviors that are harmful to us? That's not the way to handle it. We have to learn how to sit in our emotions and know that we can be safe in our body and safe with emotions that are normal, that have always felt unsafe to us. If you sad, you got to process that sadness, man. You can't just feel sadness and try to smoke it away or try to drink it away, try to sex it away, try to, shoot something up. You got to process that. You have to process it. You have to, sometimes just cry it out. Don't you know that crying is a way to alleviate stress? And believe what you want. But I know that God be catching my tears, and he used them tears to water them blessings that's coming. Come on now. But right now, I have to recover from all the trauma that I've been through. I have to learn how to handle stress. Because I don't know about y'all, like when it is my time to be a mother, when it is my time to be a wife, if, that's the Lord's will for my life, I don't want my children to have stress and not know how to cope with it. I don't want to, be stressed out and take that out on my husband. Learning how to cope with stress now while I'm single, while I'm in my healing process is so key, because it's just certain things that we don't need to bring into our future. So if you don't have the slightest idea of how to deal with stress, the first thing that you can do, and I'm just going to give some suggestions. Support groups are free. Whether you do virtual or in person, find you a support group. Find you some people going through the same thing that you are going through, so that you do not feel isolated. You do not feel alone. And no, you are not crazy as hell. You're human. Second of all, go see your doctor. Let them run tests on you. Let them run a stress test on you. Let them figure out what's going on and put a treatment plan in place to start addressing your stress. Please, I always say it all the time. Go see a mental health provider, social worker, therapist, counselor, whatever. You need somebody who don't know you from a can of paint sometimes to help you deal with stress. You need support, and sometimes you need therapeutic support. And as a Black woman who has been getting therapeutic support for 9 years now, there's nothing wrong with it. It's the reason why I'm better now today. Honestly. And the future mental health provider also needs a therapeutic relationship too, because we matter. We out here doing the work, baby. We matter. On top of that, go spend some time in nature. Go for a walk. Get an exercise regimen. Drink some water. Drink some tea. Start to incorporate those fruits and vegetables in your diet. You are trying to get back in alignment. Stress completely takes you out of alignment. And it takes work to get back in alignment. But I promise you, one thing that I do know is that you are worthy. You are worthy of all that it takes to get back in alignment and to alleviate stress. You deserve a good life. You deserve to live a life of luxury. You deserve to live a life that is peaceful and tranquil. And you deserve to understand how to have resilience and endurance even in peaceful times. The good Lord is a good God, and he will give you peace in the midst of craziness, because the battle is his to begin with. And until you understand that, the stress and the lack of peace is something you will continuously battle with. God put different interventions on this earth to help you get through stress. So utilize them, please. I'm begging you as a mental health provider. And just as a woman, a person, I want to see people happy and have the best quality of life. Please know that you deserve that and get the help that you need. From your favorite CPS, Love E. Bye.